Hi everyone, it's Linda. You know, I'm sitting here scratching my head, wondering why anyone in their right mind would vote for Kamala Harris. She has lied, lied, lied. And there's just a couple of issues that I'm going to go over today regarding her position and some of the things she has said or done that affect me personally. So, the one point I'd like to make is that she had 3.5 years, 3.5 years to make a difference. If I worked in a job and I had 3 years to make a difference, didn't do it, I wouldn't be rehired again if I had a contract. But she had 3.5 years to make a difference. I guess she has made a difference in the lives of some people, like the illegal immigrants, the DEI group, and possibly even the wine industry. So let's talk about some of the things that I am really concerned with. In the first place, she was chosen by our president to lead the federal government in working on immigration. There is no question about that. She was given the label the border czar. And in her 3.5 years, where she has supposedly worked on immigration, remember, she never went to the border. She went to El Paso, Texas, which is not on the border. But what's happened since her time as the immigration specialist is that over 10 million plus immigrants have fled into our country. I think there's probably a whole lot more than that. Those that have, gotten away, I think number into maybe millions. So the question is why? 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 Why did she allow this to happen? And even after a year, did she not see what was going on? Well, when you think about it, what do we do for the immigrants? Well, we give them an initial $2,400 payment just for coming into the United States. Yep, I think that's an invitation. The questions that might be unanswered at this point, and I'm sure there's not a whole lot of documentation. How many times have individuals crossed without being noticed as having crossed already, just by giving a different name? Remember, the cartels have all of their information, their driver's license, their birth certificates, their marriage licenses, whatever they have, the cartels own those. So, how many times have they crossed over? And the question is, how much more do we give them if they have children with them? There has to be, I've looked it up, I can't find anything yet. We also give immigrants a cell phone. Now, I understand the cell phone is given to them so that they can check in with the government. They have court dates supposedly, and of course they have to get any benefits that we offer them, and they are supposed to check in. So how else can they check in if they don't have a phone? So the federal government supplies that. we give immigrants housing. Think about the New York hotel, the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. The federal government has signed a contract with the Roosevelt Hotel, a $225 million deal. And I think it's only for 1 year, so that we can use the 850 to 1,000 rooms they have there to house these illegal immigrants. Now that's on top of the $86 million Biden allocated in 2023. We as taxpayers, we are footing the bill. What else do we do for immigrants? We give them health care through Medicaid, and children are covered under the Children's Health Program. Children of the illegal immigrants are entitled to an education, and they are accepted into the Head Start program before they start school. But when they get into school, think about what that does to a classroom. You know, I taught school for 30 years. And just thinking about the different languages and how you approach all of those language barriers is inconceivable. Another point I'd like to make is related to our own expenses for the middle class, aside from paying our taxes and whatnot. There is no doubt in my mind that Kamala Harris said she did not believe in fracking. Anyone who doubts this can go back to her platform when she was running for president in 2020. And also when Biden became president and signed a ban on fracking permits on federal lands and federal waters. Harris agreed with the president on the issue. As a result of just the fracking, or banning of fracking, it triggered the biggest oil and gas prices in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their jobs. Home energy soared. So to heat or cool your home, prices have skyrocketed. Where it is even more hurtful to the American middle class is at the grocery store. The price of groceries have soared beyond what anyone would have ever dreamed. I went into Walmart the other day. Previously, I could buy a bag of onions for 99 cents. Then they went up to $1.99. I paid $5 for a bag of white onions the other day. As a result of the ban on fracking, the U.S. is now reliant on foreign energy sources. And this could create major issues. Examine the other thing that Harris and Biden promoted, and that's the White House gender policy that advances the gender equity and equality in the U.S. and abroad. We are feeling it in the classrooms. In California, parents do not need to be, and I think they're not even allowed to be notified if a student changes their gender. These are grade school children. As a result of Biden-Harris policies, we now have transgender students who proclaim they're of the other sex to play in sports. We witnessed that recently in the Olympics. We have required teachers to be mindful of pronouns that are used when referring to a student's gender. When I taught, it was he or she. We didn't have any furries. We didn't have any its in the classroom. We didn't have any theys unless they were in a group. I can't even imagine what this pronoun concoction now means in an English class. We have transgender students using restrooms that align with their proclaimed gender. I don't even want to get into that one. The federal government is not promoting education, it's promoting a type of indoctrination. As a former teacher, I'm horrified. I'm horrified about what is happening as a result of laws centering on DEI. I'm horrified when I see no borders and we have this influx of people coming in, people who are not as educated. I read some percentages today, and they're not well-educated people who are flocking in. We have people who are flocking in and do harm to our country and our citizens. I saw in the news today, Central Park in New York City. If you go there after dark, gangs of immigrants are attacking you. I'm concerned about the prices, the price of groceries, the price of clothing, the price of gas, the price of buying a home, the price of fixing up a home. Everything has skyrocketed out of control. As far as I can see, the one man who did what he said he was going to do was Donald Trump. When he was in office, we were much better off than we are now. I'm not sure how much one man can do, but I know if there is any person who can get in there and do his best to make things right. I don't think they'll ever be right again. I don't think they'll ever go back to where they were before. But I think we need some new blood, so to speak. We need some relief from these Democrats who talk out of both sides of their mouth. That's all I have for you today. I've got a whole lot more I want to say, but I have to do it in short segments. Thank you. It is August 25th, 2024. Bye.